Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Black Flight by Historic Wings, designed by Thomas Van Hare. We're getting ready to do our dawn patrol here. Our patrol roster is all of Sea Flight with the squadron commander going along with. I'm going to see if I can do this with relatively few mistakes. First things that we're going to do is we are going to patrol period's fine. That's fine. We're at 0. We're on turn 1. We're going to go ahead. You know what I need to do? I need to get out my little cheat sheet calculator. Black Flight. All right. We are at 0. All right, first things first, we are going to go ahead and see what our turn duration is going to be. Let's get the cards out here, take that down a little bit. Turn duration is going to be 4. And what I tend to like to do on my first turn is get past the aerodromes. 1, 2, and we're climbing at maximum while we do this. So we get to there, we're already up to, oh boy, technical difficulties, but really the difficulty's just me. My numbers lock was off. We're up to 2,000 feet. We have to roll for an allied encounter going over the aerodrome. That's 3d6. Again, these charts are not in the module you will download. I'll keep saying that as many times as I can remember. Week 1 encounter, allied over an allied aerodrome. We rolled a 10, which is nothing, so we can continue. I will go out to, we are headed to Cambrai Trench, so I'm going to go ahead and go up to here to Velderbeek, and I'm going to idle there for the last one. So that's 1, 2, 3. We can actually put the movement trail on 1, 2, 3, but we're going to climb 4 because we are idling on the last one. So that gets us up to 4,000 feet. I think I skipped a couple of things. So weather progression, we don't have prevailing winds. It's cloud, no wind, so we don't have to worry about that. Area movement, we just did. Archie fire, ground fire, we encountered none of that. No allied rendezvous. We will roll for both encounters, Germans, and we are over regular allied territory, so it's going to be a 4 or less, and we are cloudy, no rain or anything, so no modifiers on this. Get our dice tree out again. 3 dice, Germans 11, that's too high. Friendlies 10, 13, that's too low, so no encounters. And of course we forgot to move that to 2. So now we go back to turn duration. And we are looking at 8. I'm going to just stay where I'm at right now and move up 8. That takes us up to 11,000. Still not really where I want to be, and that's turn 3. Not really where I want to be yet. I like to be up, especially on a line patrol, high, medium, or low, high, if that makes sense. So the weather progression, nothing. Prevailing winds, nothing. Area movement, we just did that. No Archie fire because we're up too high. No rendezvous, so we're back to rolling for encounters, and we're still over the same thing. German roll is 10 too high. Allied roll is 10 too low. No encounters, so we can go ahead and hit our next duration. That's going to be 1. That's not a good one. We move up to there. We're going to just stay where we're at and climb one more. Going to take us to 11,750. And we're going to have to roll for encounters there. Again, no weather progression or anything like that yet. 6 is none for the Germans. 10 is nothing for the Allied. So we're just going to stay where we're at. We're going to draw our next turn duration of 6. I'm going to stay where I am. And we're going to go ahead and climb up 6 more. Takes us up to 16,250, and I think I'm ready to go ahead and start moving there. So we're going to stay where we're at. We'll move up to 16,250, and we are going to go ahead and roll for encounters. Way too high for the German at 17. 6 is way too low for the Allied, so we're going to go to the next turn. And 3 duration, and we are going to move, and I will still climb. I'm going to climb up to 17,750, and I'm going to stay right there. We're going to avoid the extra roll. Go right there, 2, 3. It takes us up to 17,750. And we are at level 9, and that's where I'm going to continue my patrol from that altitude. We're going to roll for our encounters, and again we are still on Allied territory. So rolling real low for the Germans. Nope, too high. Rolling real high for the Allied. 14's too low, so no encounters. And we are getting ready to start our line patrol here. So we are going to once again draw. That's 3. Okay, we go over. I watched enough documentaries that I should know how to pronounce this, but I don't. So we're going to check for an Allied and German encounter as we're passing through. That is a city. I keep thinking yippers like the Cowboys used to say, but I know that's not how it's pronounced, but whatever, that's me. 10 is none for German, and 11 is none for the Allies. So we drew 3, and we are staying level. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that's not a complete pass. We just touched it, so I can't mark off any of my passes yet. So we are over trenches to end the turn, and that is, actually that's no man land. And so we're going to roll for the Germans. That's 13's too high. The Allies is 10. That's too low. Turn's done. Move this up because I tend to forget to do that, so I better move that first. 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We completed 2 passes in the one direction. We're going to do our encounter rolls. German over no man's land is 7, 8, 9. Too high. Allied 9. Too low. We're going to go ahead and hit the next turn. We're going to see our duration is 9. We should finish our mission with that draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looking for trouble. 7. This is German trenches. Got to roll for German and Allied. Over German trenches. German and Allied. 7 for Germans, and we have scouts. And Allied roll 10's too low. And we move this 1, and we check for weather progressions. So we're going to just roll the 3 dice. This die is for step 1, and the other 2 are for step 2. 6. Do not shift, and 8 is nothing. So we're going to stay right on cloudy. All right, now the encounter. And we stop where we're at because we got the encounter. I just start up top here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. There's 7 of them, so I use the dice, the RNIS. We'll just do a 1 die 7. That's going to be a 1, so he is going to be 1 right there in Fokker Farm. And we are going to roll for encounter range. It's a German scout. And that's a D6. For altitude high. And then we're going to roll for initiative. Encounter, and I'm actually been using the I don't mind the variant initiative, so I put a D10 over here, and that works with everything except that'll re-roll when it's even when it's off to the side. So the initial initiative would be dawn patrol sun angle for each Allied formation if Germans are to southeast, and they are not. For each German formation, if Allies are to southeast, they're south, but not really east, so I'm not going to give anybody the advantage on that. So we're just going to roll regular initiative, and I'm going to go ahead and re-roll. That's a 2. Germans have initiative. So, and actually, no, I forgot one thing there. We've got to roll, we got to see what their formation's going to be size-wise. So that's tactical. Dogfight set up German. That's German scouts. D36, 34. 1 albatross, so it's only 1 plane. Oh boy, does he really want to come after me? 1 albatross D3, and if they have the initiative, I'm gonna have to draw him, but that would definitely be German initiative. So we got to see whether he really wants to do that, and with the we're not allowed to go east of the German trenches, but I am allowed on German trenches, and technically we're done with our mission, so I don't have to worry anything there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to add up the dice, but to do that we got to see what 34 D3 what airplane we drew here. Albatross D3. One die. Yeah, I'd say he's less than a quarter. So we're going to return him the deck. And that encounter, he's going to disappear. He don't want nothing to do with us. But we still lost the end of the turn, and we still lost that turn. So we're going to go to the next turn, which is 11. And get rid of this. Turn duration, 6. So, I'm just going to fly in circles a little bit, see if we can get it. I really want a dogfight so we can see what these guys are. So that's 1, 2. We're over a city. Strategic encounters. German, 11. Over city. Nope, too high. Allied, too low. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. German trenches. Germans, 5. Scouts and recon. Scouts, recon. And then for the Allied, 11-15 over German trenches is scouts. This is where it starts getting confusing. So I hope I do this right. All right, we're going to set them up one by one. See what the sizes are. This is where I like Thomas's initiative better, but we're already where we're at. And actually, we got an encounter, so we move the turn for the encounter. All right. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. We're going to put our scouts first. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to roll right away to see if they do anything for us or not. If they don't roll a 6, I'll get rid of them. Actually, I can't until we do the initiative, but they're not going to join us, so we're on our own. German scouts, they're going to go in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And recon, one. Kind of where we hope we get the initiative. All right, encounter altitude for the scouts, high. And for the recon, 3 is medium. All right, now the recon will be D3, 6, 16. That's 1 C7 and 2 D3s. C7 and D3s. That's three planes. So German formation, 3 planes. That doesn't do anything for them. Our formation is 6 planes, so that's going to be -2. South and east. That is southeast. I'm going to give a -1. So that's going to be a -2, -3. Let's see. Their scout draw is, oh, goodness gracious. That's not going to be a good one. -3. I think something tells me we're going to avoid this one. Yeah, that's 12 planes. So on the initiative table, that's +4, so we're at +1 right now. And then it's the Allied Scouts, which aren't sticking around, but we still have to roll for them. It's a D36. They're going to be 35. That's going to be one stop with triplanes. So that's 1 on the initiative. Allied 1 +3. So that's going to be a +4 on the D10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 allies have initiative. I am going to avoid the scouts, but I would like to go after these guys. So in order to do that, these guys are going to disappear. They're not going to help us. We have the initiative. We can jump these guys. These guys are joined turn 3. So I've got to draw them out just in case they do join us. That was a pretty nasty roll of 7 D3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 5 Halberstadt D3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we want to avoid that like the plague. I'm going to send these Germans here. To the tactical map. And I'm going to send our patrol roster. Let's get that. All these guys. 4, 5, 6. Send them to the tactical map. I'm going to put the clouds in, then we'll come back and do their Alright, we have cloudy, so we've got to put a partly cloudy weather effects band at altitude D6 +1. 2. So partly cloudy. Oops. So all the way down there. And we come in at a lofty 17. That's level 9. Yeah. Come on, Greg. You know this. Level 9. They come in at a level. This was the recon flight. Yeah. There's that guy right there, huh? Looks pretty nasty. 7 dice. But the recon flight was at medium. That's going to be D3s. And I'm not sure if it specifies or not, but what I tend to do is I'll roll for, even though they're in the same formation, I will put the D3s, I'll roll for each one. So say the Albatross D3s, medium, D4 +3. I may be wrong for doing that. D4 +3 for 7. And then the C7 at medium is D4 +3 as well. So we can just re-roll that. That's 5. So they're coming in there. So we're actually just looking to, well, let's do this first. Bring this down. I like to do that. And let's see what we got here. This is the fun part where you learn what you guys are. Lane he's a keener. Oops. Gonna give it to the wrong guy. And that is whenever EA, the enemy, has the initiative in the dogfight, he spots them in the nick of time, although the EA still gets the first attack. Unlike other pilots, he does not ignore successful attacks in dogfight round one. Okay. That's not going to take effect right now. Riley Byrne. Maple Leaf Max. He's an expert when it comes to breaking off. When his formation attempts to break off, he rolls an extra +3 attack dice in that dogfight round. Okay. Maple Leaf Max for Byrne. I ought to put these down somewhere, list these somewhere where it's easy for me to copy and paste too. I do not like typing. I think I've said that before. There's Byrne. All right, now we start seeing the bad. Asper, top cover Charlie. When his formation has initiative and dives to attack, he will instead remain at the same altitude level for the current dogfight round and for an additional D3 dogfight. That one's going to take effect right now. Top cover Charlie for Asper. Yeah, it's not a horrible one. But it's not a good one either. But they could be worse. They do get worse. They get a lot worse. That was Asper, right? Oh, not there. Come on, Greg, seriously. Vice card. And we get to see what the last vice card is for this one. All right. Oh, a 3. They're never good. If his formation is outnumbered, even if only by 1 EA, based on a simple count of the number of airplanes of all types and roles with which he is engaged, he falls OOC in a panic, even if he suffers no hits. Oh, we'll be sending him off to leave real quick. Kerfluffle King. Arbor, right? Yep. Oh, that is a horrible one. But fortunately, we are not outnumbered. You know what? You don't even need to send him off on leave. He just might find his way out of action fast with that one, because it doesn't take long for them to crash land. I know it's bad saying that, but I like to save the guys so you don't. That one just gets shuffled back in, so maybe it's not a permanent one. Maybe I can go ahead and send him on leave after this dogfight, of course. And the other thing we needed to do is the facing for the Germans. Clear, we need a D6. That's 3 left. Of course, they're facing that way. All right, now the fun begins. We know what we got. Asper is going to stay top cover. I didn't want that. Notes. Asper is in A. Everybody else is going to dive. Dive, dive, dive. And these guys, they can't do anything, so we're just diving on them. And he stays top cover Charlie. And what I like to do is I like to spread all these out, and I'll use that next round button right there to keep track of which altitude the majority of my guys are at. This way it's easy for me to keep track of dice rolls and everything else. So that's the way we do it. All right. And we got, wow. Are you kidding me? I intentionally didn't look at that, but we've got 14 dice for them. Fortunately, they only get one for the defense dice. So IGS number of dice 14, and that gives them 4 defense. So we're I just usually keep track of their defense die on one plane for them. Our guys, starting with O. O is Lane. Lane has 4 dice. And I want to make sure we get +1 for the top guy because we're diving. And that's going to give him 5 dice. We got 6. We got, doesn't matter, defense dice. I won't even track them. We only get 1 hit. I mean, 1 attack, 1 hit. Yeah, 1 hit. All right. B or Z is Burn. He gets 2 attack dice. Gets 1 more hit, 1 hit there. But remember, we got to overcome 4 of them. Ross is 1. He is in W. He gets nothing. K is Burn. Nope, Arbor is K. And we're not outnumbered, so fortunately he doesn't kerflunkle. And he's a 1, doesn't get any hits either. And R is our squadron commander. He gets 3 dice. And that's only 1 hit there too. Wow, that's not good. So all of that, we're not going to get any hits on them fighters. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm not following my sequence of play very well here. Not following the sequence of play well. You got to roll for jams for each formation. 2d6 on the table, and I forgot to also roll how many rounds this guy's going to stay up here. So D3 is this one. 3, he's going to, of course he is. He's going to stay up there for all 3 rounds. I'll put jam 3 on him, so I remember that. We check gun jams, 2d6 on the table. 2d6, that's got to be a -1. It's got to be a 2 or a 3 if I'm not mistaken. I just lost myself. Yep, I do this. 1 and 2 are jams, yes. So it's 8 -1 is a 7 for the Germans. 7 minus 6, nobody jams. We did our attacks. Their die definitely outclassed ours, so we didn't cause any hits. We are going to level off for the next round. Now we'll tighten up our formation a little bit, and then I got to see. We're going to walk through this because I want to see whether I really want to stick around or not. Conduct attacks, we did that. Breaking off. So we are going to see if we can break off. They have 14 attack dice, and we did do squat. We've got 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not my kind of odds. So, we're going to roll 1d6. Four. All break off except for one airplane selected at random. I'd almost have to say that I'm not going to select it at random. I'm going to select the guy that didn't drop down because he wouldn't see the hand signals. So these guys all return to flight. And as you see, they all fly back over here nice and easy, except for this guy. And we did not drop altitude yet, so they stay at the regular altitude. This guy, no dogfight scatters. Now we do the altitude loss, which goes to there. This guy will get out of here, breaks off automatically because he's not engaged. So we've got to return him to the deck. These guys will come down here. Out of control recovery, none. No formations joined. Dogfight ends, no. We now go to the next round. Movement, he's not going to dive. These two are going to climb, and they can climb too. So he's lucky. They're not going to be able to attack him this turn. So, and he doesn't dive because that's just top cover Charlie. So we don't check gun jams because nobody's firing. No attacks. Breaking off. We're going to try to roll his break off again. And A is Asper, and Asper has no, just top cover Charlie. He will attempt to break off, which we already know that too, but he cannot break off. Oh, yeah. We'll go to the next round. That's going to be 3. All right, back to the loop. Movement, climbs, dives. He could try to climb away from him. Doesn't say anything about not being able to do that. What does it say? Letter of the law. And dives. He will instead remain at the same altitude, but he can climb. So we will actually try to climb him. They're going to try to climb. So he gets to climb 3. 1, 2, 3. Goes up to 12. Maximum is 11, so we can only climb up to there. They can climb 2. They go up to 10, so they still can't attack him. No attacks, no dogfights, no jams. Breaking off, we're going to try to break off 6. He does break off this time, so we'll return to the attack, return to flight. Yeah, he's lucky he did that. And you see that cleans all that up. And these guys are going to go, because otherwise send to return to deck. Otherwise, I could have just done that. 3. We got to move 1 turn for each round, so we lose 3 turns. We move 1 to the west for the dog fight. This is gone. And actually, I'm not sure what happens to these guys. They would have joined the dog fight, but we skedaddled out of the dog fight. And then for each dog fight round, when we break off, we had already broken off. We broke off before him. D3 areas back. So 1, 2. And then in C, he broke off, not C, Asper, he broke off, and he is right there. We got to pick him back up. I'm going to let these guys go. He's a single plane, less likely to be seen. They can be seen, so there's a good chance he's going to get the initiative and avoid them. So I'm just going to cavalierly let him get away from them. There is no wind to drop them, so we're just going to head back in, then do a turn. Turn duration 4. He's moving 1. We're moving 2. Gets him back into the fold. That's 2. We'll call it 3 for a rendezvous. 2, 3, 4, and we're diving the whole time after we meet him. So that's 2 down. 15,250. Got to roll for encounters. Germans too high. Allies too low. Next turn. 5. We are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dropping 5 dives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to stop there because we have to. I have not given the order to not contour chase, so that puts us at 9,000 feet. We got to get down to level 1. Going to check for encounters in Allied territory. Germans too high, Allies too low. Next turn. 3. We're going to dive 3 more. Takes us down to 5250, still too high. I'm going to check for encounters. Germans too high, Allies too low. I'm going to go another turn. 2 duration. We're going to dive 2 more. That's going to take us down to 2750, which is going to have us down to altitude level 1. So next turn, we will be able to start contour chasing into the base. We're going to roll for encounters. Germans 10 too high, Allied 9 too low. Next turn. Left die is the 1 for weather check. 2. Shift 1 towards forecast. Goes to heavy clouds. And then 6. Do not shift. I can get rid of that. Does not shift. So yes, we're on heavy cloud now. And then we're going to roll for the encounters. Well, no, we need to 4 turns. And we're going to be diving as we do this. Roll for an allied encounter. That's 12. And then we have heavy clouds, still nothing there. Too low for the allies. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now we got to roll another airdrome encounter. 10. Too low. German encounter over an allied airdrome. 11. Too high. And another allied encounter too low. So we are low enough to land. We have heavy clouds. So we lose -1, and we're going to land. Clean up. Oh, 5 minus 1 is 4. Damaged plane crashes. 1 random damaged plane, if any. Just thank goodness we didn't have any. So they land safely. We'll go ahead and put 2 of the planes. I'm going to put him over there. 2 of the planes in each of these hangars. This guy will go over to parking right there. That's parking, right? Nope, that's hangar. That's parking. Yep. And we are successful on our line patrol with 1 dogfight, but we didn't accomplish anything, but that's okay. I'll take it because we found out what our guys are good for. Successful LP, no victories. And I'm all right with that. So LP is... And actually, I like to draw this out and put that over here on this so I can figure out what's going on easily over here. LP, 2 VPs only. And then we can end the mission. Oh, we got 1 more weather we have to roll for. And the left 2 dice, or right 2 dice are for the second roll. Left is for the first. 5 does not shift. 5 on the second roll does not shift. So we're going to be at heavy clouds for the next patrol period of noon. And we are ready to go. And I will call it a video right there. There you have it. The only other thing you have to do after you do that is you'll have to put the planes back out. And I'll do that when you guys are not watching. And thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys later. You all have a good day or good night. Take care.